Yesterday, Nevada's Economic Forum met to tell the state legislature that the budget for the next 2 years is about to be $191 million smaller than everyone thought it was going to be. That's a lot of money, but what is an economic forum, and why do they get to tell us how much money we have? Glad you asked. So, Nevada's legislature only meets once every 2 years for 120 days. That means every state budget has to cover 2 full years of time, and trying to do that without knowing exactly how much money you're going to have over that 2 years, kinda hard. Enter the Economic Forum. Since 1993, this has been a panel of 5 economists picked by the governor and top state legislators, and crucially, they have 2 big meetings around every legislative session. Once before the legislative session to sort of game plan kinda how much money they think there's gonna be, and then again right before the session ends to say, okay, no, we're pretty sure this is how much money we're actually gonna have. Sometimes the difference between those 2 numbers is a fun little surprise. It goes up, everyone has a little more money to work with, and they get to fistfight over how it's spent. And then we get days like yesterday, where the number goes down. So for this legislative session in December, the Economic Forum was projecting Nevada would have about $12.4 billion for its budget over the next 2 years. At the time, that was a conservative estimate. It was also before Trump's inauguration and before the trade war started tanking tourism, so awesome, yeah. And in fact, the Economic Forum brought up tariffs and the trade war multiple times when they revised estimates down to about $12.2 billion for the next 2 years. It's the first time that the Economic Forum has raised warning flags over falling tax revenues since the pandemic, and it's actually the first time the Economic Forum has revised its estimated budget down in the middle of a legislative session since 2009. I wonder what was happening in 2009. Interesting. This is all not ideal for a state like Nevada, where we don't have an income tax because we have tons of sales and use taxes, live entertainment taxes, gambling taxes, room taxes, all kinds of different random taxes to sort of make up the difference. And none of this is accounting for potentially massive cuts to Medicaid that could cost Nevada almost $2 billion, that's billion with a B, and that might necessitate the whole special session of its own. So I guess if you want a TLDR, Nevada's budget negotiations just got a lot messier.